Hello guys, I'm Ada Shan and welcome to A Mortician's Tale. It's available on itch.io from Laundry Bear. There is a description, there is a link down in the description below. This is what it says about the game. A Mortician's Tale is a story-driven death-positive video game where you play as a mortician tasked with running a funeral home. Take on the role of recent funeral direction graduate Charlie as she learns the ropes of the business and the industry, prepare the bodies of the deceased via embalming or cremation, attend their funerals and listen to their loved ones' stories, and interact with Charlie's co-workers, clients and bosses. A Mortician's Tale is an informative, honest and sometimes humorous look at the current state and the future of the Western death industry. That said, we're going to jump straight in. September 14th, 10:15 AM. Oh, we're just a clicky. Hello, Charlie. From Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about the hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Instructions. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office prep room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best, Amy. I have coffee. Good luck, beautiful and smart baby. From Jen Love to Charlie. I guess my subject lines to you should start getting more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able, I've lost my place, to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, I'm assuming. Serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face, and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for Funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you. I'm super proud of your gift. Love you, love you, love you. Jen L., Museum Curator, London Pathology Museum. Oh, look. I'll do that in a minute. Hello, Charlie. I hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped you off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humour. First body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. It shouldn't be hyphenated, but okay. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body prep necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Okay, no embalming or body prep. Let me just reply to her. I haven't finished. Okay. Thanks for subscribing. Each month we'll bring you a newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month it's all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that, but here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Number 1, don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Number 2, don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Don't get drunk. Number 3, everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful with the grieving family and friends. Oh, excuse me. Happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Number 5, give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Number 6, dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Number 8, what happened to 7? This can be give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can even be just cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and helpful. Burial with open casket, ceremony and reception 5985, closed casket and reception, cremation with ceremony and reception, direct burial with no ceremony or reception, all-inclusive direct cremation with no ceremony or reception 600. We also offer custom packages to suit every budget and need. Please do not hesitate to contact us with any questions. Yeah. Okay. Close. Okay. There's the old lady. What's this? Okay. Let's go over to her. This is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. A sponge. Okay, just a sponge. Oh, that's it, you're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of the dressing and put her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You're responsible for taking care of the deceased's body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlour. I go into a funeral. That's nice. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Okay. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. Charming. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Go to these two. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Ooh. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. I look a child, I think. Mummy, I'm hungry. Where can we go? Ah! Typical kid. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that's known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they might just do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Hehe, stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. There, been to the funeral. I don't do well with funerals. October 11th, 10:09 a.m. Why is it always 10 something? Do I start at 10 a.m. or something? Oh, look, she's cleany. Click. I'm coming. Oh god, she's here. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight laces liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was a super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with, oh god, here we go, viscerotosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR. Of course, it's probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of condensation about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kind of things that I specifically research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Oh. Ugh. Hey Charlie, I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff, messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we got all into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not sure if they're really crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, go figure. Life's messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remember that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. Okay. Just passing. Oh, Mia Garcia. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share some home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So, what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. Just passing this message along, thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Yeah. Okay. We all know that everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more towards the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know that This goes back to the days of the Roman Empire where people would wear black as a symbol of mourning. Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that's not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colours have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offence. For example, in Hinduism and Chinese cultures, white is a typical colour for funerals. Just as a fun fact, I prefer to wear white to a funeral. For Islam, though, it is less about the colour you were wearing and more about how modestly you were dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewellery and be respectful of your behaviour. For Sikh funerals, colour of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the number one rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you're attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral, or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. I don't know, it's always been a thing for me. I would always wear white at a funeral. And I get the strangest looks. I mean, when my nan passed away a few years ago, I wore white to the funeral. Oh, excuse me. I mean, I had my black trousers, of course, but it was more of a white top and, that kind of thing. I don't do white very often. I'm more of a, I'll stick to my black trousers and some kind of strap top. But, yeah, I decided it'd be nice, But, I don't know. I always prefer white at a funeral. For me, it's a celebration, in a way. You're celebrating that person's life and then their rebirth into their next life or whatever comes next. Personally, I believe the next life. But yeah, what about you guys? What do you guys wear if you have to go to a funeral? Are you a white colour, a black colour, or are you more sunshine? I know that sounds really dodgy when we're talking about funerals, but yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Interesting to find out. Okay, next job. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. God. Mean Girls. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions, Amy. Come on then, old man. Let's give this a go. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Cleaning. Personally, I want to be cremated, and I'm not especially religious, but yeah. Why am I shaving his chest and his stomach? In order to break rigor mortis, she'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the... Oh. Oh, that's weird. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click on it and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. Are these things? To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. Oh, that's weird. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. To keep the bolt from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and thread over the jaw to close it. Click and drag lotion over the body to moisturise it. This prevents the skin from drying out. I don't know if this is weird or cool. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. You're going to need a tube to drain the blood. Click on the tube and drag it to the neck. Incision. Is that this thing? Click on the cannula and drag it to the carotid artery. Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and grab it. Cannula. Oh, there. Oh. What am I doing? Oh, wait. I think I broke it. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. Oh, there, I did it! Click on the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage them through the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Ew. Oh, this is weird. I'm going to be training to be a nurse, but this is weird. I think I need to turn this up. Hang on. There we go. Ew, are we done yet? I couldn't do this. Nearly done. Oh, I've got to stitch that up, I take it. Almost done. You need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trachea and then click and hold the abdomen until the liquid's been drained. Is that this thing? I did it! Oh, wait. Oopsie. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Do you know, like, I have to clean up or something? Oh. Kid, talk to you first. Humming to himself. Wow. Oh, you're so polite. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. That's interesting. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, that person's just gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long. Like staring at the sun, I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. Can't sign the guest book. Okay, been to the funeral. Bye. December 2nd, 10:22 AM. Right, I think that's it for this one. It says it takes about an hour to play, so I'll split it into two. But yes, we will get back to this within the next few days, I think. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on funerals, on what you'd prefer to wear, and what your preference is. Would you prefer to be cremated or buried? Personally, I want to be cremated. I don't know. It's a fire thing. I've always had a fear of fire, so for me, it's like jumping the final hurdle at the final hurdle, you know. But yeah, as always, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye, guys.